And we are along with Jack Dilday of the Kingdom News Now program that airs here on YHC all week. And Jack's good to be with you. We've finally turned the corner to spring, but I don't know if we've quite turned the corner yet. It's been pretty nasty.
It's still nasty out there, Tyler. I'm telling you, that's what I was just thinking. That I'll be glad when a real spring gets here.
All right.
And summer both. I'm ready for both of them to get here.
Yeah, a little sunshine wouldn't hurt.
No, it wouldn't.
Sure. So, Jack, got a really good program that started Saturday and it's airing all this week. Really interesting program with the individual you had, Ed Shirrell, I believe. And
Yes.
maybe talk about that program. It was a really unique program, and people need to surely try to catch that this week while it airs.
Well, Tyler, I would love for all the pastors, especially pastors and ministers, to watch this program because it's directly for the pastor and minister. And I'd love to see them, and so would Ed. Love to see them take advantage of what he's offering. Our guest was Pastor Ed Shirrell from Sabbath Rest Retreat or Sabbath Rest Ministries in Zalma, Missouri. Zalma's on up a little bit further north, I think, of Puxico. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, literally. And but he has built a lodge out there. And on the program, I think it shows some pictures and shows some video and stuff that Ed had put together himself and all. But he's built a beautiful lodge, and I don't remember exactly how many it will hold and sleep exactly, but either way, he's opening it up for pastors and ministers, and he can give all the statistics. He does so on the program there of how many burnout pastors we have and how many pastors are leaving the ministry every month because of burnout and because of other reasons. But that I want to say it's 1,500 pastors are leaving the ministry every single month. That's a total of 18,000 a year. And he's, the Lord just laid it on his heart to build this and to do this. He pastored for many, many years up in House Springs, Missouri, just outside St. Louis. And he moved from there to where he is. It's got to be a tremendous adjustment. Just a tremendous adjustment from where he was to where he is now. But he built this lodge and is offering it to pastors and ministers at a very, very, very discounted price for what you would get. A nice room and everything like that. And like I said, it's a lodge, got a full kitchen. It's got a living area, such a living room, beautiful fireplace, living room setting there. That it's really, the purpose of it is for pastors and ministers to go and have a couple days sabbatical, a couple days rest. In fact, part of his mission statement is to rest, renew, and refocus. And it's a beautiful place to get away just for those couple of days to pray and just to find direction and such. And so anyway, that's what Ed's talking about on this program with us. And so he's made it available for all pastors and ministers. He opened, I believe it was in June of last year, and he's had almost just a constant flow of people through there and such. And, Tyler, I believe I've pastored for many, many years and been in the ministry this is my 31st year being in the ministry. And I know what it is. I know what it's like to burn out. I know what it's like to just be at that place where you have to force yourself to go to church and get in the pulpit. And that's not wrong to say that because we're human and we all get to that place. And Ed is offering a place of relief from some of the stress and such. And anyway, it's a tremendous program. Like I said, it is geared more toward pastors and ministers. And Ed's doing a great work for the kingdom of God and doing really good. So I know, especially, again, ministers and pastors will be blessed by watching this program. It aired last Saturday night. I know it's replaying this week. It'll be up on Facebook just in the next day or two. And so anybody can actually watch it that way. And so it was just an awesome program.
Sure, I was really informed of it. He did a great job, basically giving the mission of the lodge there and the statistics of people getting out of the ministry, which was really shocking, kind of overwhelming just to hear that. But a great thing that he's doing there to provide that escape for ministers to, like you said, renew and refocus, and
Right.
and getting out there in Zalma, right up there in Bollinger County. It's a good way to just get away, good place to get away, and just kind of refocus, and really informative program, and people should take a look at that. It's a really nice program that Jack put together for this week, and could really help some people out there. I'm sure there's some people like, yeah, I'd like to get away and do a vacation, but nobody wants to go off and
Right.
commit to a
yourself, all of us have taken a vacation, whether maybe to Florida or wherever, and just go on vacation, and then we're more tired when we get back to what we were when we left.
Right. Yeah, I've learned that.
And so with this, I mean, and I will say, because he brings it out on the program as well, there is no internet service out there where he's at. There is no cell phone service out there. There is no cable TV out there. If you go out there, you're going out there simply to seek God, to pray, like I said, to get direction and such. And there is fellowship with, number one, the other people that's out there with him and his wife. They live on site there, and they offer, I think, some non-perishable items as far as foods and such. But like I said, it's a beautiful, absolute gorgeous facility that he's built, and really nice and all. But it is geared that direction, to do that very thing. It's just to pray and seek God, find His will, whatever it is, just to get alone and relieve the stress from pastoring.
Sure. Yeah, great program. Everybody should try to watch that. Very informative, and a really good piece on Kingdom News Now, airing all this week. And got a program coming up this weekend. Jack, as everyone can watch new episodes each Saturday evening at 9 p.m. right here on YHC. Then we replay through all the week. And pretty nice program you got set up for Saturday night. So what have you got in store for people, Jack?
This week, of course, we're coming right up on Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, and so we're talking some about Easter, about resurrection of Christ and such on this week's program. We celebrate. Well, we have a special resurrection video that we've played on the program this week as well, that I put together back a couple years ago. And we like to say it like this: this is the season when what's not supposed to happen happens. Christ wasn't supposed to raise from the dead, but He did. And we believe this is the season for that. This is the most anointed season of the year. Christ gave His life. God gave His Son. Christ gave His life for all of us, and then rose from the dead. And so we're celebrating that some throughout the program. We've got a special guest, Pastor Sean and Laurisa Usery from here in Poplar Bluff. They've just opened a brand new church here in Poplar Bluff called New Hope Fellowship here in Poplar Bluff over on the east side. And so they're with us, and they're sharing a little bit about their personal testimonies. Sean is a graduate of John 3:16 Ministries, and 4 years ago, he literally had everything he owned in a plastic bag. Everything he owned was in that bag, and God has tremendously turned his life around and blessed him and his wonderful wife Laurisa married about a year and a half or so ago, and she gives her testimony of being on the brink of suicide and how God brought her out of that. And it's just it's a really good program as their personal testimonies, as well as us talking a little bit about Scripture, about the resurrection of Christ and such. And so I believe people will be blessed by it. Like I said, I know it'll air Saturday night at 9 o'clock. They're on YHC, and then throughout the week next week. But be sure and catch it. Amen. Be sure and tune into it, and I believe everybody that sees it will be blessed.
Good deal. So as always, you can watch Kingdom News Now, all new episodes Saturdays at 9 p.m. right here on YHC, YHCtv.com, and watch the replays throughout the week at various times, and look forward to a new program each week. And it seems like Jack, you've really done a good job at really mixing it up, bringing a lot of different features, different walks of life coming in, and having something to offer to all the viewers out there. And it's been a really good run here of late. It seems like every week it's just something a little different, and it really keeps you engaged. It really does.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's one of the things we try to do with Kingdom News Now is, we started out back when we first started the program about 4.5 years ago, of mainly doing personal testimonies, and we still do that, like I said, from time to time. A lot still we do, but we wanted to kind of broaden a little bit from there. And when we have been with you, Tyler, at YHC right at a year. It'll be a year next month, and I can't believe it that we've already been on the air with you for a year. But no, I'm sorry, not April, but in May. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking it's already April. But in the month of May, we'll be there on the air with you for a year, and which has really opened doors for us to pull some and draw from that area as well. And I'd like to say, Tyler, that if anyone watching or listening today has a testimony that God has really done a great thing in your life. Now, we all understand salvation is the greatest thing he could do for any of us. But if he's done something tremendous in your life that you would want to share, to contact us, and especially like I say, down in the Boot Heel area and the Arkansas area where we're reaching, and just to contact us, and we'll put you through to the right channels to try to get you here in the studio to do a program and just share what God has done in your life. So, but we appreciate all that you have done to help us, and what YHC is doing, and just the blessing that they are to the people as well.
Sure. We'll be looking forward to the new programs coming up, and everyone out there, contact them. It's what Jack and Kingdom News Now does a great job of, is bringing in local people, their local experiences, and we could always relate to that, our neighbors with their walk in life, what's going on with them. So it all relates really well here locally. So I appreciate you, Jack, spending some time with us, and we'll look forward to that new program Saturday evening, and we'll talk again down the road.
All right, we appreciate it. God bless you.
All right, thank you.